Welcome back to episode 6 of My Team Career Mode. In the last race, we won. We won at Canada. We won in the wet conditions. Go watch the video, but we managed to outsmart the AI by stopping early under a safety car. Pretty much. We jumped to first and it was raining, so there was no DRS to let them overtake me. And they all started fighting and we won the race. Quite simply, actually. As you can see, we're just upgrading the car as much as we can. We've got 659 R&D points. And we're the 4th best car on the grid now. We're chasing the AlphaTauri. As you can see, we're actually really close to Alfa Romeo, and we're actually quite far away from the AlphaTauri and the Alpine, but we are chasing them. Hopefully soon enough we will have a good enough car to compete for that. I know we just won the race, but that was an anomaly. We want to be getting points consistently. We do have a durability department event to go towards, and it says after putting some time into our simulator, Lundgaard feels that we should invest more into the durability department. Do we do that for 50k or do we not? And then I think it's Lundgaard's focus goes down. We end up just doing it for 50k, and it also increases the ICE development, decreases it by 10%, which is good. We don't mind that. Right, so I'm just going to go into practice. As you know, I just go to the quick practice. I use my time as quickly and basically as efficiently as I can. I do all the 100% success programs, and then once they're all done, I'll go ahead and do the 70% ones that fit in with the time allocated. As you can see, another 100% success one. We know it's not going to fail. It's not going to be a waste of 6 minutes of the practice time. I do really like this feature this year. I feel like it's something new. Obviously it is new. I don't have to think that, but it's something that it just makes practice a little bit more fun for the people that don't like to practice. Like it gets to a stage in the game where you've done the track so many times you don't really need to be practicing it. Okay, with practice wrapped up, let's jump to qualifying. Now, I know I'm not very good at France. This is my second lap. It's my best lap of qualifying 1, and I'll just let it run because, like I say, I know I'm not very good at France. I'm a 10th up on my third. Oh, we lose that time there. We are trailing to Sonoda through this lap, but like I say, I'm not the best at France. The AI seem to be very quick. We are on 101, as I will be doing the entire career mode on. Hopefully we can start to climb the grid in qualifying. Through the DRS straight, we are 1/10 up on our time. We're P19 currently. We'll be able to see how close we are to Mike Schumacher in 17th in 8 seconds time. If we do finish the second sector, we are 4/10 down on Schumacher, so at the moment we are beating Schumacher on our current time. I don't know how it's possible, because we're only beating our time by 1/10 and we're not beating him by 3/10, so maybe that means he's beaten me by 4/10, so I've got to gain 4 more attempts to overtake him. Lundgaard actually does overtake him, puts in a 1:29.931. We are going round the last little corner of France. 4 attempts up, lost 5,000th of attempt there. We are going to qualify in Baskets pole, well, provisional pole in Q1. We qualify in 18th. Schumacher must have put in a better lap, 5/10 better towards the end of that qualifying session, but he doesn't make it out either. Let's jump to the race.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard, current home of the French Grand Prix, an event dating all the way back to 1906. It's been held at many venues over the years, with famous moments from Dijon and Manicourt the feature of many a highlights reel. And let's hope we see more of those in the race today. The Circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6-mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Can we begin by having a chat about Sergio Perez? Looks like they've got a tough race in store today, as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be, it's about effective damage limitation.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo and Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly, Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, the owner driver and Sergio Perez, Lundgaard, Mazepin, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
After the
Okay, let's
points
look at
finish
race
last
strategy.
race, let's aim to
I
keep
think
the
I'm going to do
momentum
a
going.
one-stop, mediums to hards. I just feel like track position is going to be key around here because I'm not very quick. If I was quick enough to just catch up with cars on a more aggressive strategy, I would go for that. Probably we'll see that in the next race around Austria. But we are going to go mediums to hards on the 12th lap. And we see 5 red lights and away we go. We jump Schumacher off the start. We get a good run on Giovinazzi. I have changed my ERS button to hold and I thought it was on here, but I obviously didn't have it on. As we do a dive bomb up the inside of Alonso, obviously turn 1 you do get a little bit more leniency. We've got both Aston Martins up ahead of us. I'm going to try and go around the outside of Lance Stroll. He's got to give us room because we had a wheel on the track, which it did run off. But we go around the outside of Sebastian Vettel, and we sit in P12 because we couldn't get that move done. That's using my RS. So we have a look at the replay of the race start here. So we started in P17. This is another new little feature that they've added onto the end of the races. I always forget to go and record it. As you can see, we go up the inside of Antonio Giovinazzi, we overtake Schumacher going into the first corner and we jump 3 spots off the get-go. We go around the outside of Fernando Alonso, we go around the outside of Stroll and then the outside of Vettel. Obviously we can't make the Vettel move stick, but I'll take 17th to 12th in the first lap. You've got to be aggressive, otherwise the AI will just leave you behind. Great little start. Obviously Lundgaard down in P17. Sergio Perez in P19. Right, we're on lap 2. Going down the main DRS straight. Vettel's gained about a second on us over the lap. The Aston Martin is a much faster car than us, so it's unfortunate that he's in front. So if it was like an Alpine, I might be able to have kept up with it. Let's have a look at the race director quickly. I'm just having a look, see who's on soft and who's going to be 2-stopping. It is pretty much the top 9 cars are going to be 2-stopping. I think Perez got a grid penalty. As we see yellow flags, but that's the reason why Perez was down in like P19. As you can see, 18th now. George Russell is out of the Grand Prix. Let's see what's happened. Looks like there's a slow moving Haas in front of him, and he just drives into Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher looks like he's got like an engine problem, and George Russell just isn't aware and drives straight into the back of the Haas. Both races are out of the Grand Prix on the second lap.
Until the green flag. VSC
Okay, we have a
ending.
virtual
Wait
safety
for
car. I'm
green.
not very good at virtual safety car start, so
Okay, clear.
it's caught us napping, and Lance Stroll is going to get a very good run. As I said, we're not very good at the starts because I don't want to drive for a penalty, but Lance Stroll catches us napping and just overtakes us simply without even DRS. We're going to try and fight back at the Aston Martin driver, but the car is just too fast and he does start to pull away. I'm not sure where Vettel went. I think he's just up ahead of Fernando Alonso in P9. Try and fight Stroll back here, but we have a bad run into that corner and he pulls away. Lap 4, we have another yellow flag. We look behind us, we can't quite see what it is. I'm pretty sure it looks like a Red Bull on the map. That's going to be Sergio Perez out of the Grand Prix. Another engine failure. Lap 6 now, and we are 3.4 seconds behind Lance Stroll in 11th. Points looking somewhat not doable, although the first set of pit stops are happening on lap 6. As you can see, we're going to jump Ricciardo, De Sonda, Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton and move up to P7 in the Grand Prix. Obviously we're only stopping once, so if they want to beat us in this race, they are going to have to overtake. And I'm quite good at positioning the car in a defensive position. Obviously Stroll and Ocon are definitely ahead of us. As you can see, Norris and Sainz pitting on lap 7. I think Bottas is in as well, and that is it. That's all she wrote. We are up to P4 as Alonso tries to go around the outside of us at turn 1. We're going to defend it as much as we can. We have the front wheel in front of him and we get the elbows out and we do keep the position. So P4, let's see where we can go from here. Okay, you can see Hamilton P7 with the fastest lap is gaining rapidly. P6 now, and there's yellow flags behind us. I think there's been an incident with Bottas and Lundgaard. If we go have a look and see what's happened back there. See Bottas and Lundgaard, they tap wheels and then Bottas just takes Lundgaard out. Oh, Lundgaard locks up. Bottas does slam into him. Hopefully no damage for Lundgaard there. Hamilton behind us now, and on much fresher mediums, don't really want to be holding him up. I think if I make a mistake, which I did do there, I'm going to let him go through and hopefully try and use his DRS, as Bottas tries to go around the outside of us as well, and we don't get DRS. We must have been ahead of him going through the detection zone, which is unfortunate. We are pitting at the end of this lap, lap 12, and we're currently in P6. As you can see now, Bottas goes through at the same position. He basically moved Lundgaard out of the way. I wonder how Bottas and Hamilton fight's going to end up in this race. A few laps later on, and one of the Ferrari drivers crashes into a Haas driver, I believe that is, and I'm not sure who that is. I think 55 is Leclerc, or is that Sainz? It is with a Haas driver. They do just, oh no, it's an Alfa Romeo, isn't it? I think it's Leclerc who just spins out and, well, basically ruins his own race. We'll get confirmation on which Ferrari driver that was. We should see a Ferrari driver up the top left very shortly. It was Leclerc that crashed out. Carlos Sainz is now ahead of us as we leave the pits in P15 on a fresh set of hard compound tyre. And we chase after Nicholas Latifi. We're going to get a good run going down the DRS straight, and we're going to get DRS. Overtake is enabled. Can we overtake the Canadian with ease? Yes, we can. He's on old mediums, so that was quite an easy move for the South Blue racing driver. We now set our sights on Fernando Alonso. We'll replay on the Latifi move there. Okay, lap 17, and Tsunoda, Ricciardo is in the pits. Ricciardo's going to come out of the pits neck and neck with us. We're going to go down the inside of turn 1. We're going to go around the outside at turn 2. Can we hold on to the position? We go a little bit wide, but we do beat Ricciardo out of the pit lane to gain his position. Obviously, he's going to have a much faster car, much fresher tyres, so I don't expect to have his position for long, but for the time being, we are ahead of the McLaren. As Ricciardo now sends it up the inside on the following lap. We're going to try and hold on to the position by going off the track. He's going to again concede the position, but he is going to have DRS on the next straight. Like I say, he's in a much faster car, so he'll probably be able to just breeze past. The trick is to not let Gasly back through as well. So Ricciardo, we let him through. Gasly is coming up to us at an alarming rate. Unfortunately, the Frenchman does get past us. Can we respond and try and get the AlphaTauri driver back? Unfortunately, we can't, and we are out of the points. We have hardly any ERS left, and we're down in P11 now with 9 laps to go. Carlos Sainz behind us, 2 seconds behind us. The longer we can keep the Ferrari driver behind us, the better, in my opinion. 1.6 now, famous last words. Okay, Carlos Sainz on the next lap is neck and neck with us. We lost a lot of time to the Spaniard going through the first and second sector. We have the inside lane going through the third sector. Can we hold on to the position? We concede there. We're going to try and send it up the inside. And hit the curb, and we do spin. And Raikkonen comes past us as well. We're going to correct it and try and keep position ahead of Giovinazzi and Leclerc. Our tyres are going to be on fire if we just have a quick look. I can tell you they were on fire. I edited it out. As you can see, there was no contact with the Spaniard. I just went for a move that wasn't there. We were lucky not to collect Kimi in our crash. And it was quite a good little recovery spin there. I was quite proud of that. Right, lap 20, 7 laps to go. Giovinazzi behind us, who has DRS. The next 7 laps is literally going to be me and the Italian fighting as much as we can for P13, really. There's no points at stake, but it'll be good to get one up on one of the Alfa Romeo drivers. Christian Lundgaard is not having a great race, so down in the last position of the remaining drivers. We are just going to try and keep tabs with Giovinazzi and see where we can get in terms of P13, 14 or low. Lando Norris sets the fastest lap of a 1:31. Let's go around the last bend following Giovinazzi. Can we get him with DRS? I am looking at Giovinazzi as a potential next driver in my team. I'll see how many points he gets at the end of this season, but I wouldn't mind the Italian. I feel like in a better car he would do better than what he is doing in the Alfa Romeo. We'd probably see Lundgaard move to the Alfa, which wouldn't be too bad. Okay, so on lap 22, we're still chasing Antonio Giovinazzi. Can we make a move on this lap for 13th on the 13th position, really? We're going to try our best. We're going to fake the left. We're going to go around the outside on the right. Can we go around the outside? We do get the move done. Can we hold it? I think we're going to hold it for the time being. As you can see a little replay now. Nice little fake to the left, and he hasn't got the speed to defend.
7.9 seconds.
Right, lap 26 now, the penultimate lap. I think Giovinazzi is going to have DRS on us here. We've got 10% ERS battery. Can we defend? It's coming at us at an alarming rate, and we managed to defend so far. He gets a good run on us now. He's going to go around the outside. We haven't got the pace, we haven't got the battery to defend this. We haven't actually got much fuel either, so we are coasting into a lot of the corners. As you can see, we coasted a lot around that corner there. We're going to try and stay with the Italian. Don't make contact. We're going to try and stay with him and regain position 11 on the final lap. We'll get a good exit out of the final corner. DRS, ERS on, DRS open. We'll gain 5 tenths on the final lap.
This is your final lap of the race.
I'm going to look up the inside. We took too far away for a dive bomb. Force him to go very defensive into that corner. We're going to have the inside lane going into here. We're going to squeeze him wide a little bit, and we do regain the position as Yuki Tsunoda sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
The tank is empty.
He's got DRS of one of the Alpines. You can see on the map. As Giovinazzi's going to have a great run. He's going to try and go around the outside. We're going to defend it. We're going to be the later breaker. We're going to get a good exit. And as you can see, as we're fighting with Giovinazzi, Sebastian Vettel wins the French Grand Prix. He was on the same strategy as us. Obviously, he just managed to get out ahead of the Mercedes drivers and hold on to the position. Sebastian Vettel in an Aston Martin. So the last 2 race winners have been me in a South Booth racing team, and then the Aston Martin driver of Sebastian Vettel. Well, Sebastian Vettel actually retired, I think, in both of the opening 2 races. So it's actually quite good that he won a race with his points tally. I think we're going to hold off Giovinazzi here as we go around the last few bends. He's going to squeeze it up the inside. He's going to try and get his wheel in front. We have the inside lane for the final corner, and we're going to go across the finish line in P13, a respectable finish for South Booth Racing.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Another superb French Grand Prix comes to an end, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I think we'll chalk this one up to a deft touch on the brake pedal. That's allowed them to challenge down the inside into the braking zones, and ultimately, if you do that often enough, you end up winning the race. It was great to watch as well though, wasn't it? Forget strategy, forget tyre management. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned scrap?
The Aston Martin team will be very happy with today's performance and the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork, and a well-deserved first-place finish. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. That lead at the top of the table has shrunk somewhat today. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Sebastian Vettel would definitely be my first choice. He showed up a lot of the drivers out on the track today and didn't show any signs of slowing down.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.